Hear this? Doesn't sound like much. Hello everyone and welcome here, and we are going to talk about getting into video. And video consists not only of the visual part but also of the audible part, and audio is a big part of creating videos. And if you're starting out, you might sound a little bit more like this. So this is more of the sound quality that you probably have in a regular room. So this room is not special in any ways. It has some stuff everywhere, so there are a few items all over the place, but still it sounds quite accurate. And when you want to up your game, you want to get better audio. So where do you start? So if you're starting out, you probably are using the microphone that is built into your camera. And now let's switch to a microphone that is mounted on the camera. And this is the sound you will get by using a microphone that is mounted on the camera. So the distance is probably arm's length or a little bit more away, and it will pick up quite a bit of the room. So what else could you do? You could get a high quality microphone, and that's what we're going to do. I have put a few $100 microphones here, and this is the sound you get with a good microphone. And yeah, sure, it is better, but it could be improved. So what are we going to do? And that is where this comes into play. You hear this? Doesn't sound like much. And these are acoustic panels, and we will build these acoustic panels in a DIY and super affordable way, so you can treat your place that it sounds like you were in a studio. So I will put these acoustic treatment panels around the room, and you will notice that nothing in my background is changing. So it is just the other rooms I will be treating, and it will sound tons better than the audio you are hearing now. And I will also switch between all three types of microphones: the camera microphone, the on-top microphone, and the high quality microphone, so you can hear the difference. And we're back. I have put a few acoustic panels around my recording space, and we will go through the microphones again so you hear the difference. So that's the in-camera microphone. This is how I sound with acoustic treatment on my camera. And this is how I sound with a microphone mounted on my camera with acoustic treatment around me. And this is how I sound with acoustic treatment speaking into a proper microphone that is a little bit closer. So I think you now see that it is probably more important to treat your room than it is to buy a microphone that costs you $1,000 or something. And building your own acoustic treatment panels is relatively inexpensive. So I have created a list with the materials you need to create your own audio panels or acoustic treatment panels. And I try to keep the cost as minimal as possible. I myself live in Europe, so my pricing was in euro, and I paid less than 15 euros for one panel, including everything, which is in dollars probably less than 20 bucks. And that is insanely cheap. Of course, I also tried commercial solutions. The cheapest solutions you will get and see everywhere is these pyramid foam. And actually it does pretty much nothing. It does not absorb any sound. It does not get rid of bass frequencies, so you can plaster all of your walls, and it costs you insane amount of money. Whereas putting some of the DIY solutions in place will have a tremendous effect. And now let's go through all the steps and I show you how to build your own acoustic treatments. So we start by building the frame for our acoustic panels. We need 4 wooden planks, 8 screws, and then we start by drilling the holes and putting the frame together. Each side gets 2 screws in to stabilize the frame, and then we go all around and continue the procedure of drilling holes and putting in these screws. Of course, you can add additional planks to stabilize the frame and get better mounting options, but I opted for the minimum requirements here to keep the cost as low as possible. So before putting in the isolation material, please wear gloves, and if you are sensitive, then maybe put on a sweater or something to cover your skin. So I purposefully built the frame a little bit smaller than the isolation material, just so it's self-contained and I do not need to add additional nails or anything to keep the material in place. So as for the textile that goes onto the frame, the fabric, I decided for stretchy fabric that comes in the form of a tube. So I have to bother less about where to stitch it, and I can just pull it over the frame and then put the staples in one by one. If you are like me, you always end up buying more than you actually need. So I ended up having more fabric than I needed, and I simply trimmed it off at the end, and then of course stapled the other side together, stretching the fabric, pulling it over the frame, and then putting the staples in. So just make sure everything is neat and tight and you do not have any wrinkles on the front. And to finish this project up, let's consider one mounting option. So the easiest solution I found is to have two washer rings screwed into the frame, and they will hold a string on which we can hang the acoustic panel. The good thing about the solution, it is cheap and we can hang it on just one screw or one nail in the wall, and it also allows us to remove the panel at any time we want. So you see, it is really affordable and even quick to build your own acoustic panels. So there's no reason for you not to treat your room. There's no reason to have bad audio, and also there is no reason to spend a ton of money doing so. If you now liked this video, please leave a like. If you find it helpful or know of someone who would benefit of it, I would really appreciate if you shared it. I haven't seen any video out there or any blog post that managed to keep the cost as low as I have built these panels now. Try it out for yourself. Let me know how it works for you, and I see you in the next video. Bye.